How easy is it to get up in the morning when you know you're not doing all that it takes? It's not very easy at all. You can just lay there awake thinking, oh, what's a few more minutes in bed? It won't matter much anyway. Wrong. It does matter. It will matter. Now, how easy is it to get up in the morning when you're pouring it on, doing the best you can, anxious to get going, make progress toward your dreams? It's a whole different story. When you're resting to renew your reserves, it's much different than resting to avoid your day. When you're psyched up and excited for your life, when you're excited for what you've planned to accomplish for the day, it's amazing you'll wake up before the alarm clock even tries to startle you awake. Your successes fuel your ambition. Your successes give you extra energy. Your successes pave the way for more successes. It's the snowball effect. With one success, you're excited to meet another, and another, and another. And pretty soon, the disciplines that were so difficult in the beginning, the disciplines that got you going, are now part of your philosophy. How do you know when you're successful? Do you have to be a millionaire? No. All we ask of you is that you earn all you possibly can. If you earn $10,000 a year and that's the best you can do, that's enough. God and everything else will see to it that you're okay. The key is to just do the best you can. If it's $10,000 a year, wonderful. If it's $100,000 a year, wonderful. If it's $1 million a year, wonderful. It doesn't matter $10,000 a year or $1 million a year. It doesn't matter as long as you've done the best you possibly can. Earn the most you possibly can. Be the most you possibly can. And here's why. The essence of life is growth. The essence of life is growth, to do the best you can. And here's what's interesting. Humans are the only life form that will do less than they possibly can. Humans are the only life form that will settle for less. Every other life form except human beings strive to its maximum capacity. How tall will a tree grow? Approximately. As tall as it possibly can. You never heard of a tree growing half as high as it could. No, trees don't grow half. Trees send their roots down as deep as possible, stretch their limbs up as high as possible, produce every leaf possible and every fruit possible. As a matter of fact, you never heard of a human physically growing half. We keep growing until we're done. Now that's a part of life we can't control. It's genetically coded, and that's probably why we keep growing till we're done. Because we can't control that part. It's the rest of our growing that we control. The growing of our minds, the expansion of our minds, that we can control. And that's what tends to get away from us. All life forms inherently strive to their max except human beings. Now, why wouldn't human beings strive to their maximum possibility? Here's why. Because we've been given the dignity of choice. It makes us different than alligators and trees and birds. The dignity of choice makes us different than all other life forms. And here's the choice: to become part of what we could be, enough to get by, or to become all that we can be. My best advice for you is to choose the all. Earn all you can, make all the friends you can, read as many books as you can, develop as many skills as you can, see as much as possible, do as much as possible, make as much fortune as possible, give as much of it away as possible. The max. There's no life like it. I'm telling you, once I got on track, I've never looked back. Pick up the challenge. Go for it. Take the best of the two easies. Take the route of it's easy to get ahead. It's easy to do all you can. It's easy to succeed. It's easy to have financial freedom. The more you do, the more you get. So the two primary benefits of positive reinforcement are, number one, to build good habits, and number two, to create more energy to fuel your ambitions, your desires, your achievements. How can you isolate what's working for you and what isn't? How can you make sure that you are reinforcing your positive disciplines? Well, if it isn't apparent, easy to see right away, if what you're doing is happening in such small increments that you're not sure if you're on track, then you need to be writing it down. You need to keep a journal anyway. But if you really aren't sure that what you're doing is making measurable progress, you need to keep a written record. You need to write down everything that may be relevant in your day. What you did, who you saw, what you felt, how it may or may not affect you now and in the future. The best way to track your activities of the day is to write them down. The best way to track your activities of the week is to write them down. The best way to analyze your progress through the year is to have written it down. Why? So you can look back on it. Because by keeping a written record of your life, you will be more accountable. By putting into writing the action steps that you have planned, you will easily see what works and what doesn't. Most people just try to get through the day, never writing anything down, never keeping track of their progress along the way, never really knowing if they are doing all they can to reach their goals, to drive their ambition. But gifted people learn to get from the day. They don't let a day end without picking up some valuable experience, some emotional content, some idea that may positively affect their future. To get the most from a day, to learn the most from a day, you need to be able to reflect on the day. And how can you reflect on a day unless you record it in history?
The dream you have in your heart was put there for a reason. It was sown into you as part of your life's journey. It's not a joke. It's not some vision that you might have. It was put there because it's possible.
This thing called life, some people call it a marathon. I say it's a process. And I say one of the best ways to go through life is to have a spirit of optimism and to be open to the possibilities. And when you approach life in that spirit, it gives you power, creativity, and gratitude to make the journey.
Anything you want good, you can have. So claim it. Work hard to get it. When you get it, reach back. Pull someone else up. Each one, teach one.
You can do what you want. You can change your life. Right now, you don't have to go into work tomorrow. You can just drive off, move somewhere. You don't have to hang out with the people you hate. You can do what you want. You're free. The limitations are in your mind.
But like I always say, life is 10% what happens to you, is 90% what you do about it.
And it's not how much you have, it's what you do with what you have. We all have different talents. Some of you will be doctors, some lawyers, some scientists, some educators, some nurses. The most selfish thing you can do in this world is help someone else. Why is it selfish? Because the gratification, the goodness that comes to you, the good feeling that I get from helping others, nothing's better than that. Nothing's better than that. Not jewelry, not big house I have, not the cars, but it's the joy. That's where the joy is. Helping others. That's where the success is, in helping others.
One of the things that we have to always keep in mind, that we have the power to determine what we're going to let into our experience. And many people allow themselves to buy into the negativity of the world. Today, if you don't program your mind, you will be programmed. So you've got to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to set aside time every day, for at least an hour. That's what I do. I listen to something motivational first thing in the morning, and the reason I do that, whatever you listen to the first 30 minutes when you wake up, it will control the spirit of your day. I review my goals, I do my meditations, my chanting, all of the things that will get me grounded and rooted and prepare for the day. And I have a quote that I always say to myself, Lord, whatever I face today, together you and I can handle it.
I pray that you put your slippers way under the bed tonight, so that when you wake up in the morning, you have to get on your knees to reach them. While you're down there, say thank you for grace. Thank you for mercy. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for wisdom. Thank you for parents. Thank you for love. Thank you for kindness. Thank you for humility. Thank you for peace. Thank you for prosperity. Say thank you in advance for what's already yours.
Get up every day and say, today I will be in the right place. I will talk to the right people. I will make the right thing happen in my life. I'm here to tell you, if you're big enough for your dreams aren't big enough for you.
That means you have superhuman power to completely change your life at any moment you decide. Once and for all, forget about your past. None of that means anything. The only thing that counts is what you do going forward. The only thing that counts is how you live the rest of your life.
You have the ability to live every hope and dream that this life has ever helped you to focus. You have the ability to do that.
Don't just aspire to make a living. Aspire to make a difference.
Reinvent yourself every day. Look at ways to get better, improve.
Chase that dream. It's in your heart, it's in your soul for a reason. It was wired there to give you strength, to give you purpose, to give you direction.
That's why you're here. You are creative genius. You are creator. You are creator of your experience.
What would be your perfect day? I mean, your ideal day, a day that you went to bed that night and you just thought, that was the most incredible day. That's how I want most of my days in my life to be, just like that. What would that perfect day be like for you? What would you be like on your ideal day? Would you be weak and fearful, or would you be courageous and strong? Would you be judgmental and mean and upset, full of hatred and jealousy and anger and regret about life and other people? Or would you be somebody who's open and excited for other people and connected with other people and positive and enthusiastic? You can design your days. You can make your life about what you want it to be about. So what do you want it to be about?
There need to be quiet moments in your bedroom, quiet moments when you're brushing your teeth, that we need to reaffirm, I am the captain of my ship and the master of my fate. If I don't say it, if I don't believe it, no one else will.
What are some of your mornings like? Do you go to bed, but then when the alarm goes off, you hit the snooze? Then you hit the snooze again, and then you hit the snooze again. And then you've laid in bed too long, and so then you get up. Of course, now you have no time for anything. There's something really interesting about time. We all get the same amount in a day. Every day is 24 hours. And some people are very, very fruitful and effective, and some people just waste their time day after day after day. And that's a choice that we make. But there's one thing about time. Once it goes by, you never get it back. So how tragic it is to waste any day of your life. Don't ever waste a day.
Don't wait until the end of your life to have that ideal day. Don't wait until next year or next week to have that type of day. we can choose to wake up every single day and live that day in an idealistic way for ourselves, in a way in which we show up as who we want to be, in a way in which we are doing things that enliven us and engage us and get us excited, in a way that we're doing things and being with people and creating experiences that feel alive and fulfilling.
We all know what the thing is that we're supposed to be doing. If there's anything that's presenting us with a pretext not to do it, bank on it, that's resistance.
Why not find some time every day to practice becoming fearless? Why not use whatever irritates you or frustrates you or frightens you during your day as bravery training?
What starts to happen to you when you're getting there earlier, working harder, and doing things other people aren't willing to do, you trick yourself. You convince yourself, I'm willing to do things other people aren't willing to do, so I deserve a life other people aren't willing to get.
What you do every day is far more important than what you do once every decade. What you do over the next hours is really building your future. And if you can just get, and I can just get every single pocket of 24 hours right as best as we humanly can, the rest of our life is going to take care of itself. So small wins matter.
When you start your day, you must own your morning.
You know exactly right now what you're not doing. It would be criminal of you to leave here and say, I don't know what to do. You know exactly what you're afraid of. You know exactly what you've been avoiding, and you got to make a decision to change it. You know exactly what it is. Don't BS anybody. You know what you need to do different. You know the changes you need to make. And if you can do that and stop kidding yourself, you can win. You can overcome your fear, overcome procrastination.
What makes you comfortable can ruin you. And what makes you uncomfortable is the only way to grow. Let me say that again. What makes you comfortable can ruin you, and only in a state of discomfort can you continually grow.
A pro will not accept the excuses. A pro will not let fear stop him or her. A pro sits down and does it no matter what.
You're going to see supernatural doors begin to open. You're going to see promotion. You're going to see vindication. You're going to discover talent that you didn't know you had. You're going to accomplish goals that you thought were impossible.